Hi, I'm Marianne, otherwise known as www.ItalianWifey on Instagram. Welcome to my kitchen. Today's Taco Tuesday, but I'm not making tacos. Instead, I'm making a healthy beef enchilada casserole. This casserole serves 8 at 4 smart points per serving. Now that's using beef. If you choose to use ground turkey or ground chicken, you'll go ahead and bring down the point value per serving because ground chicken and ground turkey are 0 smart points, as we all know on freestyle. So you'll need some, I don't know, about 10 ingredients or so. It's not too complicated, and you're gonna need 2 cooking vessels. First, you're gonna need a 9x13 baking dish. This is what you're going to put the casserole in and build the layers in. But first, you're going to need a skillet to go ahead and cook your onions, your garlic, and brown your beef. This is a WW non-stick skillet. I love this. This is my 3rd one. This was gifted to me by the ambassador team. I'm a WW ambassador, if you didn't know. And I love these skillets. Nothing sticks to it, and it's easy cleanup. So if you don't have one, head on to the online store. Also, Kohl's sells the cookware now as well. So you're going to need some non-stick spray. I'm choosing olive oil. You can use canola, you can use avocado, whatever floats your boat, but use cooking spray to spray both your skillet and also the baking dish. The other ingredients you're going to need are extra lean ground beef. Now this is 96% lean. That means 4% is fat. So this is the leanest beef you can buy, and that's what I'm using. Then I'm using fat-free cheddar. I'm using some chunky salsa, the whole jar, and refried beans, the whole can. And then a couple tablespoons of low-sodium taco seasoning. I'm choosing 𝒂𝒂𝒏𝒏𝒆. And then I'm putting in the Trader Joe's roasted corn into my casserole. And then you need an onion. I'm keeping it simple, and I'm using frozen diced onions. I'm not gonna cry that way. And then also you need a couple cloves of garlic. Again, easy peasy trick to use is Trader Joe's pre-crushed garlic. I use these all the time. And then last but not least, you're going to need some tortillas. And these are tomeros. They're 1 smart point per tortilla. This is the multi-grain, and that is going to start the base of your casserole when you build it. Okay, so that I think is all the ingredients. Yep, I'm gonna go ahead and turn around the camera and show you how to make this recipe. Don't worry, all the ingredients will be listed at the end of this video. All you're gonna have to do is stop and pause the video, take a screenshot, or write down the recipe. I do it all the time. It's easy peasy. So I will put that at the end of the video. If you don't want to watch this whole video, just fast forward to the end and you'll grab the recipe there. Okay, I'm going to turn the camera around now. The first thing I'm going to do is spray my skillet with cooking spray. Then I'm going to turn it on to a medium heat. And then into that skillet will go 2 cloves of garlic. So that means I'm going to pop out 2 cubes of Trader Joe's garlic. Oops, this has been sitting a while and it's not popping out. So I'm going to have to get a knife to help me. If it came straight from the freezer, it would pop right out. But as I was talking to you and showing you the ingredients, it kind of melted. So 2 cloves of garlic, and I'm gonna pop this in the freezer so I don't ruin the other cubes. Okay, 2 cloves of garlic, a 1/2 cup of onions, and 1 pound of extra lean beef. That goes into your skillet all together. And then you're going to go ahead and brown the beef, crumbling it as you go along, and making sure the onions are softened and the beef is brown. Okay, this skillet makes it easy to drain the fat from it because it has spouts on the side. So this is great. Now what I'm going to do is add 2 tablespoons of the taco seasoning. I have a 2 tablespoon measurer that was gifted to me by my friend Laura, who's a WW coach. And there's 2 tablespoons and a cup of Trader Joe's corn. If I go over a cup, it's okay because it's corn and it's 0 smart points. But I didn't go over it. So there's the corn, there's the taco seasoning. That gets stirred in, as well as a cup of the salsa. And we're gonna put a cup of salsa in here too. And save the rest for building the casserole. Okay, so this gets stirred around. And in the meantime, I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. And that's what the casserole will cook at. The next thing I'm going to do is open my can of refried beans and put it into a bowl. This is another gift from the ambassador team, is this measuring cup vessel. I love it. Now, refried beans, I think I could spread this, but I'm going to add just a tad bit of water to it. Okay, I added a little water and I'm going to mix it up to make it a little more spreadable. Okay, so now I think we can go ahead and start building the casserole itself. So again, I need to grab my spray and spray my 9x13 baking dish. So I'm gonna get that done first. Okay, I need 6 tortillas, so I'm going to count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, I have 6 tortillas here. I'm gonna put that on the side. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is take 2 tortillas and put them on the bottom. And you know what, these tortillas fit pretty good in here. I don't know if I have to split. I don't think I'm gonna split one. You know what, this is overlapping a little, so I'm gonna take my food shears and maybe cut that and then put it over here. Okay, so that is the first thing you do, is place the tortillas on the bottom of the dish. And you can cut the tortilla to fill in any gaps as the layers are assembled. And then I'm gonna spread 1/3 of the beans over the tortillas and top it with 1/3 of the beef mixture and then 1/3 of the cheese. Okay, I'm just going to eyeball what 1/3 is, and that looks like that's good. And then I'm just gonna spread that. And again, I added a little water to the refried beans to go ahead and be able to spread it a little bit easier. Now my tortillas are moving on me. That's okay because I can place them back. I'm just gonna try to get this as evenly distributed as I can. I don't know if you heard the squeaking, but that's my dog playing with his toy. I have a little white Papillon called Bernini. He's named after my favorite Italian sculptor, which is Gian Lorenzo Bernini. He was going to be named after my favorite wine, which is a Brunello, but when we adopted him, he didn't look like a Bruno. Okay, so there's the refried beans on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and take 1/3 of the beef mixture and put it on top of that. And again, I'm just eyeballing. And making a mess because that's going to get on my counter, but that's okay. That's what sponges are for. And then I'm going to spread this out over the tortillas. And then you're going to sprinkle it with 1/3 of the cheese. Now, you need a cup of cheese, so I'm going to sprinkle 1/3 cup on. You need you need a cup for the whole recipe. So I'm doing 1/3 cup of cheese on top. I'm just going to sprinkle it. Okay, so there's the first layer. We've got the tortillas down, and then we put on the refried beans, the beef mixture, and then the cheese. Now I'm going to repeat the layer one more time. So I'm going to put 2 more tortillas, and then the beans, okay, the second layer is complete, and then we're going to go ahead and top it with 2 more tortillas. And then the remaining beef. Oh, first, remaining beans. Let's do that first. I almost screwed that up, didn't I? So, I told you this is 4 smart points per serving, but if I had 2 servings, it goes to 7 smart points, not 8. So you can have 2 helpings of this. And the remaining beef. Pop this in the sink. And then I'll go ahead and spread this here. Okay, my oven has preheated to 400. So now what I have to do is cover this with foil, and then I'm going to bake it for 25 minutes. And then once that's baked for 25 minutes, I'm going to remove the foil and top this with the remaining cheese and salsa and bake it again until the cheese is melted, another 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, this is ready to go into the oven and bake for 25 minutes. And then I'll show you what it looks like when it comes out after the 25 minutes. While the casserole is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and chop some tomatoes to garnish the casserole, and also some jalapenos, and sprinkle them on the top. You can also do scallions, black olives, but make sure you count the black olives as there's points in that. There's no points in tomatoes or jalapenos, so that's what I'm choosing to do. Plus tomorrow's grocery shopping day, and I didn't get any scallions. I don't have any. So you have to do what's in your refrigerator and pantry sometimes. You have to be flexible. Now I'll do some jalapenos. Get a fork so I get some without the juice. Bernini, are you squeaking your toy again? You have your BB? I chose a mild salsa, so I'm adding jalapenos to amp up the heat. You know what? I could have put red chili, crushed red peppers also, or ancho chili powder into the beef. Maybe next time I'll do that to amp it up. So here are my chopped, excuse me, jalapenos and my tomatoes to garnish the casserole. Okay, I'm going to carefully take off the foil. And then I'm going to go ahead and spread the remaining salsa from the jar on top of the casserole, and then sprinkle some cheese and back into the oven until the cheese melts. Okay, and then the cheese and back into the oven. And there's the last 1/3 cup cheese. We're just going to sprinkle it on the top. It's not a thick layer, so it should melt quickly. Get my hot mitts and put this back into the oven. And then garnish it. Okay, the casserole is out of the oven and I'm just gonna let it sit here for 5 to 10 minutes to set up before I go ahead and garnish it and cut it into servings. I wanna remind you that this is 8 servings at 4 smart points per serving. That is using the beef. If you use ground chicken or ground turkey, you're going to bring down that point value. I'm going to garnish it with jalapenos and chopped tomatoes to keep it low in points. You can use sour cream or guacamole, black olives. Just remember to count the points. I'm going to use jalapenos and tomatoes, and I'm also going to dollop some non-fat Greek yogurt on top in place of sour cream. So I will show you what it looks like once I go ahead and garnish it and cut it and put it on a plate. Healthy beef enchilada casserole. Look how delicious this looks. And look at the size of the serving. This is only 4 smart points using extra lean ground beef. Now, if you are hungry and you want a serving and a half, go ahead. It'll only be 5 smart points. And if you're really hungry, you can have 2 servings at 7 smart points. Remember, you can also choose to make this with ground turkey or ground chicken and lower the overall points of this dish. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this for dinner. I'm hungry. Thank you so much for stopping by my kitchen and watching me make this healthy beef enchilada casserole. Until next time, be kind to one another. Ciao.